Look at this motherfucker here. I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought maybe you died. What's going on, brother? We are currently taking delivery of the 2JZ Civic.
I lost it in a bet. Bravus won it.
Yeah, it's my car now. And yeah, so it's gonna be on the channel. Lost it in a bet, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, so this thing actually has fixed seats, so you do have to remove the steering wheel to even get out of this motherfucker. And also, this is his entire gauge cluster right here. It's all on his tablet right here, so, which is pretty dope, I ain't gonna lie. So whenever you take this thing out, there is no kind of instrument panel in there whatsoever. This is the whole entire thing. All right, I know a lot of people haven't even seen this car before, so I'm gonna take a really quick moment and just kind of go around it, you know, do one of my little video editing things or whatever. I'm just gonna open everything up and just kind of pan through everything so you can get a visual for what this car is, and then I'll give you a little bit of a backstory on it, and then I'll let you guys know what exactly the 2JZ Civic is here for. Alright, so yes, this is a 1995 Honda Civic Coupe, which normally comes front wheel drive with a single cam in it, you know what I'm saying? It has been rear wheel drive converted, and it does have a 2JZ swap in it. I know a lot of you guys have already seen this car. A lot of you guys have been with the channel long enough to have seen a lot of the work on this car be done. So basically, Shiloh hit me up, man. He's like, dude, I don't have time for the car anymore. It just sits there like I have to chase cats off of it and out from inside of it all the time. But anyhow, the 2JZ Civic is gonna stay in my possession for some time, man. It's gonna be here for a long time. So you may as well get used to seeing it around, dude. Shiloh is basically giving me free reign to do whatever it is that we wanna do with this thing. So currently this is a 2JZ GE. This is the non-VVTi engine. So and basically what has been done to it is a stock rebuild. But when it was rebuilt, he put 87mm Y-scope pistons in here, so it does have forged pistons, and it is basically a stock rebuild, man. Everything in this thing has been gone through, and all the seals, head gasket, everything's all basically new. And I mean, Shiloh drives it, but he doesn't drive the shit out of it. As for the ECU, this is from ECU Masters. It's the EMU Black. That's the engine management that's actually running the car. As you can see, dude, the wiring on this is just immaculate, man. As for the transmission, it is a W58 that's underneath the trans tunnel in there. So I don't think the channel has actually seen this, dude. He did get around to getting a trans tunnel done, and it's not complete all the way back. Still has the skin the back of the car, but we're gonna talk about that here in a second. Cube short shifter, dude, this thing feels fucking amazing, bro. Like, I can't even put into words how notchy and just like click, click, click this thing is. It doesn't have a parking brake, or else I would demonstrate for you. But then we go rolling down the damn driveway. I have a little cheat sheet that Shiloh sent me. It is a 240SX R200 rear differential. Currently, that rear diff, this whole rear end setup is the weak spot of the car. So, and that's the reason why this car hasn't really been turned up, because all this back here would just grenade, bro. So currently this car is somewhere between 500 and 600 horsepower. The transmissions, these W58s are known to kind of give out around 400 foot-pounds of torque. This thing has not been on a dyno yet, so he doesn't know exactly what the numbers are. So I'm gonna read you guys off the little cheat sheet that I had Shiloh send me. So this is a 2JZ GE non-VVTi, which we went over that, and he explained how he went with the GE block because the rods are stronger than the VVTi engines. It was a stock rebuild, 87 millimeter turbo pistons. The compression ratio on it right now is closer to the 2JZ GTE. The Borg Warner S366 turbo with CX Racing manifold is what's on it. S13 240SX R200 rear diff, axles, and hubs. So he has basically 240SX hubs mounted onto the stock Honda Civic rear trailing arms, and he's running 240SX axles as well as the rear diff. ECU Masters EMU black, as that's the ECU. Injector Dynamics 1000cc injectors. Right now it's sitting between 400 and 500 horsepower, somewhere around there. The setup can do 600 to 700 horsepower currently the way it sits, but of course his future goal is, I mean, there's some minor changes that can be done to the car, as far as like a new turbo and etc., that he would like to eventually see 4-digit numbers in this car, bro. 1,000 horsepower plus. But the thing is we need to get it to a point to where it's even going to be able to handle that. So why is the 2JZ Civic here? For starters, we're just gonna go through it and just kind of clean it up, bro. Kind of fix some of the janky shit that's been done to it. Like, I mean, he needs an overflow. I personally don't like the fans on the front. I mean, they don't fit on the inside, but I need to do some research to see how thin of a fan could be found to possibly be put back here. Either that, or we need to make some kind of fan shroud. I think this gap right here needs to be closed up. It doesn't have any overheating problems. Actually, it wasn't getting warm enough to the point that he had to disconnect one of the fans, to where one of these fans comes on at a certain temperature, like if the car starts to get too hot. But I mean, it needs a coolant overflow because he's got a freaking bottle down here, you know what I'm saying? What else? A catch can, because this is just, he's got the plugs on here, but it's just venting into nothing at all. I feel like we should do something here. Right now the car is just hardwired for running lights. So basically it's hardwired for running lights and the license plate lights. It has absolutely no blinkers whatsoever. But as soon as because this is the power of the whole car, as soon as you kick the power on, the lights are on. The lights are always on. So you have to kick it off right here. We're gonna get Braven out here. We need to make a switch panel for blinkers, brake lights, like all that stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff that needs paint. I don't know if he wants these painted or not, but I think these should be painted. I would like to source some side skirts, some of the stock side skirts, and then we could probably make some aluminum ones that attach to the stock side skirts. Color match all the miscolored body panels. Maybe find a new front bumper and try to make this cut a little bit cleaner. There's a lot of little stuff that we can do to the car, bro. A lot of little brackets. Like the fuel hanger on the back that holds up the fuel cell, that's all just bare metal. Like none of that's painted. You see, after this thing went through fabrication, all this stuff was all fabbed up. It was never pulled back off and actually painted. So we need to get all this stuff pulled off, get it painted. There's also some brackets on the front that hold the radiator and stuff that needs paint because it's starting to get all this surface rust on it. Come in here, pop the trunk, and yes, you can pop the trunk with that big heavy wing on the back. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? So you guys know where this rear wing actually mounts. The mounting point is actually braced back here. So it's got a piece of plated steel and it comes down to this gusset that goes into this. This is all triangulated, bro. So if you see, it attaches right here to the solid point of the trunk, and then it all comes over here to where this latches. So the idea behind that was any downforce that's generated from this wing is actually going to transfer through into the chassis a little bit better. Instead of doing an actual chassis mount for the wing. This is what he did, just braced up the trunk. But this thing needs to be pulled off. It definitely needs some paint. It needs to sandblast it and paint it. Yeah, so that's what that brace in there does. It just makes this thing freaking solid as hell. This thing, the rag top, that's gotta go, man. And he gave me permission. He said I can get rid of it. So whether we're gonna skin the top with aluminum, or Shiloh's idea is to make a cap for the top out of carbon fiber and actually make a new roof piece out of carbon fiber. So one or the other. I would also really like to fabricate something for this, like even if it's a damn cowl, dude, like a hot rod type of hood cowl or something, man. I'd be down for that even. Yeah, so basically the 2JZ Civic needs some attention, bro. The car needs some love, like little things here and there. It needs some paint, needs to be shined up, needs some stuff to be completed, you know what I'm saying? Just to turn it, not to turn it, because this thing's already a monster, bro. Just to move it on to that next level, you know what I'm saying? And the rear end is just a big time weak point, man. Like, he's already broken it 2 or 3 times. He's had Chris Sadowski over, like welding in new bars and trying to brace it up and whatever. But the thing is he wants to turn this thing up, and that rear end's just not gonna handle it. So any opinions, please throw them in the comments down below of what rear end you think would be fucking dope to put in here. Like, he wants to do independent rear suspension, you know what I'm saying? Not a straight axle. Like, I was telling him to get like the Ford 88 or whatever you can get out of the Ford Explorers, and then you can put like different gear ratios or whatever inside of them, run a 4-link, probably have it shortened to fit the chassis. But he wants independent rear suspension on the back. So his idea is to get the entire rear subframe, differential, and the whole assembly off of a Mustang and get that mocked up in there and see where it is that we need to add some kind of structure or whatever for mounting points for a Mustang rear end. And then we'd have to have a new drive shaft, a new custom drive shaft made and all that kind of stuff. But please just throw it down in the comments down below what you guys think would be the best option as far as like a whole entire subframe from another vehicle. That we'd be able to just swap in. And by all means, if any locals has like a Mustang that's torn apart, dude, like I don't even know what year, bro, but maybe Shiloh will chime in and put in the comments down below what year Mustang like he was thinking, and if he does, I'll pin the comment up to the top. But if anybody has that year, if anybody has like a Mustang or something, they don't mind us coming over and like pulling some measurements just to brainstorm and get an idea of what that looks like and what this looks like and vice versa. But anyhow, guys, the 2JZ Civic is going to be here to stay for a long time. It's going to be here for quite some time, just so you guys know. It's going to be a pretty regular thing on the channel now. Hell, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I think we ought to take it out to a Taco Tuesday before we get to tearing it apart, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, yeah, I know this was, I don't know how long this video is. I know it's just a bunch of talking. I wanted to explain it to you guys. And obviously I know a lot of you guys have probably never even seen the car before, so I wanted to introduce you to the 2JZ Civic. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video. Please, anything I ask for your opinions on, throw them in the comments down below. And I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.